Hello and welcome to this Gunfire Reborn one-shot. So I just paused it for a little bit, but basically this is going to be a experimental video where I do a sort of play-by-play as I watch the video. So hopefully this won't be too disconnected with what I say. One thing to note is that my characters are level 19 at this point in time because I do enjoy playing this game. And the main reason I made this recording to begin with was because I was having a few small bugs with the game. So I'm using the Xbox Game Pass on computer version. And, well, apparently it's quite buggy, depending on what you have. So you can, like, play against a golem boss, and if you're using this character, which is the prince, it can glitch out, but I haven't had that problem. My problem were all minor, mostly language based, and a little bit of settings stuff. I do like this game. It's very fast paced, but you've got to be very careful about watching where you're going. Yeah, I think the biggest problem I had with it is when I was restarting my game, all of my volumes and game controls kept resending, and then these tutorial tips kept going off. So I'm selecting the upgrades here. I quite like the smoke grenade ones because smoke grenades are easy to get back, and also the purple power is another good one. I have not before this really used these long range ones. Oh, I forgot about the thing. Sometimes in rooms you have special abilities like this one, which is that all enemies transform into horned beetles. I usually forget that that's a thing and keep going. I think the only time I ever really pay attention is when it says they are exploding. Yeah, I like using the secondary abilities, but purple one's good for continuous stuff because it always comes back, but I quite like the grenades. Although they are harder to pick up after a while. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't usually use the rifle. It's a bit slow for me. I like the machine gun types. Also, there's like special abilities on stuff. So I just pointed out that this one has PS, which means it can go through defenses. I don't think that means it goes through blue. I think it just means that that shield that they're holding doesn't stop me. So the little bars, red is health, blue is shield, then there's like a yellow bar. Oh, this is a good gun. This is a nice fast gun. Also, it generally usually involves PS. Yes. There's another fast gun I like, which does electric damage, which is good against the blue shield. You've got corrosive damage, which is good against a yellow shield, I think. I don't know what it is. Stubbornness? I'm going to call it stubbornness. It's not stubbornness. But yellow is more annoying, especially later. You find like sniper characters which have homing missiles. And they usually have a yellow bar. And can usually kill you with like one shot if you're not careful. I think I only found one gun that has corrosiveness to it. That little thing just then. That was because I managed, I'm going to call it an achievement. And every time you hit an achievement, they instantly drop a specific special, what are these called again? Well, they're called relics, I think, but I don't remember the name. Oh well, it'll come up at some point in time, I'm sure, and probably when I go back to that other chest. I very rarely use the elemental, so it's smoke grenade, smoke bombs, Well, I think it's like 2 different secondary skills. Yeah, it's just scrolls. But yeah, you get special scrolls from killing things. Yeah, you can break the pots and sometimes they have grenades in them. I think this was supposed to be a special combat room. Yeah, I'm checking to make sure the angelic, if it has PS. It does not. Sometimes the little blurbs are sometimes different. I like this if it has PS even more. Just a good gun, nice and stable. Ooh. Oh yeah, I don't use dodge as much as I can, but also dodge has a limit on it. But yeah, you can get ammo and grenades out of the pots, that's why I'm using the foundry gun, which has unlimited ammo. Although, to be honest, ammo is not too scarce on this. I don't know about, well, on this map certainly. And I usually use green and blue. I don't very often use yellow ammo, which is special. Also, I think I picked up a scroll that makes all ammo just become the ammo I'm using. So I don't think I've been in one of these rooms before, but this is a waves room. Whereas before this, it had all been like walk through a tunnel. With sets of rooms. They've set off a chain of explosions. I took note just then of the craftsman in the other corner of the room. There's a peddler to my left, which is like the frog, and there's a craftsman. Now, I thought the craftsman was a gorilla, but looking at it, it might actually be a turtle, I think. Don't know. I'll know when we get closer. But the craftsman's one of the ones where I was having language-based issues. By that I just mean that when it gives me the tutorial text, which it gives me every time I restart the game, the tutorial text for the, what did I call him, craftsman, is French, I think. The other place I found it is in the power-ups log at the front page, where if I look at the enhanced versions of things, sometimes in Chinese characters, you can see the use of, so the prince's grenades do poison, hence why I throw them out every so often, and also why I just like using them. It's a little defense. I'm not entirely sure killing the bad guys with explosions hurts other bad guys. It certainly leaves stuff on the floor like fire, which hurts me, which means that if I'm running forward and then running backwards, I can run into a thing. Yeah, so doing certain missions gets you nice weapons of interesting stuff. This is definitely one of those games where if you don't use all of the things available to you, you can go really wrong. Oh, it can go harder than it should be. I just enjoy watching this sometimes. It's good to watch things when you're not playing, because you don't have what I call player focus. Because you're so focused on playing the game, you don't realise everything as a whole. I wonder if I could have got into that hole at the top. By that hole, I mean there's like a hole there, and these are stepping stones. I probably couldn't, but you know, meh. I've never picked the luxurious gift box set. I might do it someday. Oh yeah, he said, I think there's only one gun that I've seen so far in all my plays. Is that French? I don't know. There's only one gun I've seen so far that has corrosion damage. I've seen lots of electrical ones. And a couple of fire ones. And I mean like on several different types of guns. So I've seen like a light machine gun like the one I'm using at the moment that's got lightning. And I've seen... Oh, this is a boss room. This is where piercing damage would have helped me because he's just a giant shield. Hence why I resort to trying to poison him. I try using this gravity gun. I don't think it actually pulls this guy. This is one of the rooms where I really have to focus on the small ones because it's the only way to get back my grenades. And also I need to focus on not walking backwards into all the fire. Bosses are usually just bigger versions, so you've got this guy and the other one I've seen is a bigger version of the little horned beetles. If you beat the boss, all of the other small ones in the room disappear, so you can kind of aim for getting rid of it. Ooh, something set on fire. What's it saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about focus. I got too focused on watching then. I can't remember what I was doing. Well, no, one thing came in and I got distracted. But yeah, on player focus, you're basically just too focused on what you're looking at. So at the moment I would be focused on shooting things that I wouldn't notice. Say if there was a flame pit right in front of me. I mean, it doesn't help when there's a flame pit right behind you as well. But I think watching stuff after you've played it yourself means you can identify things. I do it a lot in PUBG when I'm looking through the footage. I can say, oh, here it is, that's the corrosive weapon. And you need the corrosive weapon for like the second set of worlds, because there's a lot more yellow in the second set of worlds, and corrosion is the only one that can do it. The only problem I found with this gun that I'm now deciding about is that it's very slow to fire, but I realised, I think one or two before this, it's got a secondary weapon thing, which is what the red mark on it means, where it just empties all of its bullets, which can be quite effective for getting rid of the yellow. Once the yellow's gone, they're usually quite weak. But it's the only gun I found, besides some Kurai, which I suck at throwing. I only get one of these rolls, that's why I'm being careful. I'm picking corrosion, I think. You can only do 2 upgrades, I think, at the craftsman, unless there's a bigger thing. Look, what is he? Seriously, what is he? Oh, there. They. I'll go with they. What are they? I thought they were like a gorilla, but it doesn't look like a gorilla. But then again, I suppose a frog. No, the frog does look like a frog. What are you, strange creature? Yeah, the green little pips are like experience points, but you can use your experience points to pay for things at later time, like upgrades. Or permanent upgrades, so which is why it's like a roguelike. Or is it roguelite? I suppose it's roguelike. Anyway. Occasionally I see these cracks on the wall, open them. Oh, here we are. Here's the electric one. So this shock damage is much better against blue. So I like to have a blue gun and a green gun, because that's lightning and corrosion, and sometimes you can get special abilities that mean if something's electrified it gets more corrosion damage. I think Yeah, so the right corrosion causes decay, and the gun that I'm trying to swap in gets more damage when something's in decay and also in shock, so it's actually better, but it doesn't have quite as much speed or base damage, but that's also because I upgraded the angelic aura. The good thing about this gun also is this gun on the right automatically, so rather than changing a mag, you just stop firing and it fills up. I think this is going to be one of the rooms I talk about where there's really long range snipers. The reason you need a blue gun is because the first boss, well, I think one of the first bosses has a blue bar, and this'll rinse him. Also, having a fast gun helps rinse him as well. One of the options I choose is that the gun goes less. You'll see me, you might see me trying to shoot that gun and see how slow it is before I use the alt fire to just unload all the bullets. Ow. I mean, I stood still for that one, so I deserve that. Yeah, I find sometimes you can do things on... There's some bells around which you can shoot. There's a set of bowmen coming up. Ah, there we go. They are some of the... They have auto follow weapons and also really just hurt in general. And they've got like a version of them who were even worse than the next set of roads. That's why I need the green gun. This is definitely a don't stop moving, but still pay attention to everything games. If you go into the room too fast, you can end up with them all behind you. I can't remember if I forget to go back to the... I think I was in so much of a rush I forgot to go back to the secret room. Sometimes I go all the way back, sometimes I forget. I think I just tried exploring. Yeah, I do wish the dash would come back quicker outside of fights. Do I remember? I don't remember. But I thought this was a drum to the right. I thought I shot it. It looks like I'm going all the way back. Oh, it wasn't that far back. That's another boss room. If it's a fit, it's a boss. If it's a cross, it's a fight. Which can sometimes have special mods to it. Yeah, it doesn't reload super fast, but it does mean if you only have a partial full gun, it fills up. Coobies! I mean, who makes a square bomb? It doesn't... I mean, I suppose a square bomb, if you're trying to make it stay exactly where you throw it, works. I think it's going to be a beetle, but it could also be a shield man. I mean, I played this, I should know what it is, but... So far I've had elite horsehead and elite bug in this zone. Oops, someone was halfway through the wall. Move up there. I see. Oh, there they are. They're crawling up out of the floor again. Did you see that? It was up there. So they're crawling out of the floor, but they're crawling out of the floor on the upper level. So this is a bit glitchy, but meh. I can't decide if I'm going to show the version where I'm watching it on a player, or if I'm just going to put this voice behind. You'll know which one because you'll see whether or not I'm hitting the pause button or not. Is that a new one? That's a new gun. That's got fire on it. You can only carry 2 guns though, and I've already decided that I like the fast zapping one. And I need the corrosion one. But yeah, there's some kunai which are basically kunai, so throwing knives. But I can't get them to work like I want them. I think the try to come back one. Do I pick that up for the first time this time? I don't know. It's alright because it gives you more lives because you only get one life even if you go through several zones. You only get one life, which is annoying. But it's better to have more lives at times. Especially if you know how to get through stuff, but I think it said it takes away 50% of your life and stuff. Oh yeah, so we're on the boss of the area, so there's like 5 parts to a zone. I should have put more into the venom, to be honest. Oh, that's a good one. The hippo. The hippo's a big machine gun. It just doesn't have electrical. And if you need to rinse the first part of this guy. So, I don't think I do it in this video, but I learnt later on that, so you got Lu Wu here, and then you've also got the Golem, which is actually that big rock behind him that he came out from the middle of. So yeah, I rinsed his blue quite quickly, and also I can stop him recharging it by shooting him while he's up there. Which just makes the fight much easier. I believe yellow is when I'm hitting him in a critical zone, which I guess is. The problem with dodge is it has a limited distance. I don't care about the bullets right now because I can just pick them up. There's an ability, a scroll. There's different abilities and scrolls, I don't know why I keep saying it. There's a scroll that I've got a scroll that turns any ammo into the ammo type I'm currently using. But there's also a scroll that just generates ammo for the gun you're currently using as well. So there's loads of ways of getting ammo back. Ammo I don't think is ever really a problem. Magazine clip is, but I don't think... Oh, there we go, there's a second electrical one. Sometimes the shock inflicted is better. Sometimes you just get weapons that suddenly have secondary abilities. Did I use that at all, or was I just loading it? I don't remember if I used it. Wow, I did have observation blindness. I do not know how to return to the inn. It's like, oh, you could return to the inn, but it doesn't tell you how. You're just in the middle of the desert. So I've never got past the desert. Primarily because there's some things that kind of look like disease doctors? What are they called? Not disease doctors, plague doctors. But they're like super long range hurty you lot snipers, and they've got the yellow bar I was talking about. And if you've already lost your one revive by this time, it's kind of awkward to get it back. I thought that, yeah, there we go. Retainers. They look like plague doctors. You can see I'm not doing much damage to it. If it gets a shot on me, it'll do a lot more. And because the green gun is so slow firing, I don't like using it at times, or I didn't. So you can see there's still people who do electrical damage. I think I picked up a scroll that lets my power use the element of what I'm using, which is good because it means I'm electrifying things when I hold them in place as well. I got to get the coyotes come close to me. I did not realise they also had a ranged attack, which I should really have paid attention to a lot more. I don't know why I flick my guns at times. But yeah, this is really slow first fire, and then the boost is great. But you can see what I mean by going for, you just walk through little areas, and then as you progress you'll spawn bosses, more minions. And as you each level within. See, that was much cooler. I mean, standing there after the fact was not. He went through a large chunk of my shield right after they did. You can see, like, after I get the get rid of the yellow, they're much easier to get rid of. As is putting a lot of elemental effects. Bodies! Which means I should probably doing elemental stuff, but I always go for grenades and abilities at the end. That was a kunai. They suck. Well, I suck with them, rather. Ah, see, their stuff was following me. And also this coyote stuck up behind me. I've stood in a fire lizard fireball. I definitely don't use the corrosion gun as well as I could. But like I said, I would prefer if it was like this one. Where the corrosion was each bullet and it was just like a quick fire gun rather than me having to either take very slow single shots or using the entirety of my bullets. Also, I really shouldn't be stood in the open with them, guys. You should have a wall between you so that the bullets don't get to you. I do not like rainbow. I've used that gun as well. It's kind of like you put down a pointer and then you just shoot a laser at that pointer. That was me turning around because I was getting stuck and I couldn't remember how to get back up. Did I? Yeah, I died once, so I've used up my revive and I didn't pick the have free revives thing. I think the fire lizard stuck it there because it didn't come down. This is definitely a game for just playing a single thing in between other stuff. Single round match run before doing stuff. Oh, this is a different trial room. This is a treasure room, but you've got to do like a puzzle for it. Puzzle might be the wrong word. A trial of some sort. Fire always gets me. Getting past the boulders was pretty easy. It's just a timing thing. With the fire, I think I decided to use a dodge there. Because I was like, maybe dodge has invincibility frames or whatever they're called. The one problem with having a path thing in this is that I was then convinced that the other path would have a treasure chest in it. So this is where you give a scroll for something. So this chest is like give and take, so it's like money or health or old scrolls. It's quite expensive, the money ones. They're not too bad for the other ones if you have a scroll you don't want, or if you No, there's a health regen close by. It's the health regens are even better if you have the scroll that gives you full health from the, I'm gonna call them meat buns. See, I was convinced that that other path might have treasure in it, and I was very tempted to go back through and get to it, but I think it probably didn't. I think my initial link was good. Sometimes I just pick the scroll because I've never had it before. Just to get the booklet up. I think I should have picked the less damage, the less health you have. Oh, yeah, there we go, there's a steaming bun. I'm at full health, mate, so I probably didn't care. You can't, like, stock up on them. We're in a wave room. I should really use those to my advantage. This hermit is annoying, because I think while they're in the invisible form they have more shield. And this is where I start getting really annoyed at the desert coyotes. They're ranged. The desert worm is like a machine gun turret I do not like, but at least I can easily dodge it if I actually pay attention to it. I'm letting myself get too hurt now. But yeah, the hermits, yeah, walking through the fire backwards didn't help. It also set me on fire, which means I'll take more damage. Fire lizard. I don't think they hurt as much, they're just more annoying to kill. But it is quite literally, I shouldn't have gone that far forward, to be honest. I left myself in a very difficult position. No, I should have paid attention to the fact that I can see him, and therefore he can see me. But also I shouldn't have took my eye off any of the other creatures that I was fighting. I needed to get in a better defensive position and I just like went straight forward. I think I get stuck. Yeah, I focused too heavily on trying to get the retainer. But to be honest, I was stood with a rock right behind me and all the others. Oh look, there's another one to the right as well. Yeah. Not too bad. I think I managed to get to like 4 now. Did I get to the boss? I think I've got to the boss of the desert and I've got slightly better. There's a lot of things in this, particularly like some of the lines down are literally for multiplayer, because this is sort of a multiplayer game. Like the ability to get people up. Yeah, see, another player. This entire thing I'm going through now is just multiplayer stuff, which I totally ignore. I'm going for damage first, and then health, because I go for offense. But if you can kill something faster and it can kill you, that's good. Yeah, so when you come out you get all your new stuff. And then they get added to like the list, the random generated stuff next time you go through. Yeah, that is my run. Look, I went up to 22, so I get 3 levels, which is quite good. Well, I think it's maybe how many... Oh, I don't know what it is, if it's a level or if it's how much money you've spent on yourself. In that back screen, all of this is shared by everyone. The only thing that's different is the hero path. But yeah, so But yeah, that's that. There's like a book when you go out that says new, which is also restarting as well. But yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this experimental thing. Hopefully I wasn't too annoying. Hopefully I was clear. That is very important. And if you could just say in the comments your thoughts, it'd be very helpful. Cool. Thank you for sticking through to the end of this video, and if you like what you saw and want some more, why not hit the like button, maybe subscribe, and then check out one of the videos or playlists soon popping up on the screen. Or just head over to the channel for even more options. Already subscribed? Then hit the bell icon here or on the channel and get notified when new videos go live. As well as being here, you can also find us over on Twitter and Instagram. Links are provided in the description below. But either way, it's bye for now, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.